this your girl CC with WIB Magazine, and I have my co-host Mickey Monday on the line. Hey, Mickey Monday, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Tuesday.
Yes, happy Tuesday.
Okay, we have a special guest on the line with us. Hey, Natasha, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. Tell everybody who you are and where you're from.
I'm Natasha Lee. I am a serial entrepreneur and founder and CEO of both Make Your Dreams Come True and Being That Girl. And that girl is from Detroit, guys.
Okay.
Love it.
Hey,
Love
but
it.
tell us about your company, That Girl.
Oh man, guys, that girl is all about empowering women, celebrating, encouraging the success of women through education, through social media, through marketing, through events, and through our fashion. And it was started in homage of my late mother, Dolores Starks. She was affectionately known as that girl. The logo is all about her. The brand is all about her. She was affectionately known for wearing red lips and being that girl, you know? So this is a legacy, a purpose brand for me.
Awesome. But what makes your brand different than other people's brand?
So it's inspired by women who inspire me. Our shirts, like you see this one, this is our City Girl shirt where we represent where we from. That girl is from Detroit. That girl is from Atlanta. That girl is from New York. That girl is from the UK. Like, you know, wherever you are, we meet you, you know. And then also celebrating women who have put in a lot of hard work. Like, you know, that girl has her doctorate. That girl has her master's. That girl is a teacher. That girl is a nurse. So we cater to the women around the world who are making a difference and, you know, really enjoying being that girl while doing so.
Awesome.
That is amazing.
Oh,
Simply
thank you
amazing.
guys.
You're welcome. Yeah, I know earlier we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm gonna shout you out again because, like I said, being a Black woman and owning your own business, and not just one but two, and both are very successful. You know what I mean? That's something that not many people can say that they have or tout under their belt. So I definitely want to praise light onto you for that. And just kind of going on your professional entrepreneurial enterprise, right? So how to make your dreams come true. Can you kind of tell us a little more about your motivation or the motivation behind starting your own digital, essentially like yellow pages? I mean, that's kind of a shorthand of it, but I know you can give a better explanation than I can.
Yeah, so we are a virtual call center, guys. It's an
Mhm.
outsourcing firm, which means that your business outsources the needs that they need to us. So that's a range of things. We have different departments, and one being call center, processing inbound and outbound calls for Fortune 50 companies, small businesses. In fact, we are the people who probably answer all of the calls for like the infomercials, the things that you see on TV. Some of the biggest companies in the world are virtual as well. So we've been servicing them, and due to an NDA, I can't necessarily say who they are, but I can say they are major theme parks, major cable companies, major technology companies, you know, so just some really prestigious companies who've been using virtual technology for some time. So we've been catering to them for the last 14 years. And then also we have, you know, graphic designs, including logo, social media posts, flyers, brochures, business cards. And then website development, we do that as well. I am, in fact, a Wix partner and the first Wix ambassador here in the city. So I teach all things tech, guys. And then, yeah, so that I can go on and on about what Make Your Dreams Come True does, but really, guys, we work with so many industries. We are from the United States, UK, overseas, even sometimes. Our agents are freelancers from all over the world. And we just make business dreams a reality. So you can come to me with a whole idea and be like, you know what, this is an idea that I have and I don't know how I'm going to launch it. I don't know which way to go next. What's my next move? and we help you figure it out. Or you could be in business and you're not making any money, or you're trying to level up on revenue. We can help you figure that out through, developing a custom marketing strategy plan. Essentially, if we can't even help you, then we have partnerships with so many companies that can assist with pretty much every business need that a person can think of. So you have to go to our site, go to mydct.net, hit that upload project and describe it for us. And then we respond back to let you know whether or not we can make that dream a reality.
Awesome.
Okay. Definitely making dreams come true. Nice. And your powerhouse. That's amazing.
Yes.
So just kind of like staying on that track, like what ultimately drives your passion? Because it just sounds to me that you're very driven to help people, and you just want to be able to facilitate things for people to gravitate towards too, and to be able to express themselves freely, right? So what ultimately drives that passion of yours for you?
Man, that's such a great question. Yesterday, in fact, or a couple of days ago, I made a social media post that read, if you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. And if you want happiness for a lifetime, help someone else. So I think that passion that's a Chinese proverb, right? And I think that passion is really stemmed from the fact that I am able to help so many people in so many different ways. And the joy that I receive from other people's dreams coming true, but I get to make my dreams come true while making your dreams come true. So I'm never bored,
It's a good feeling to have.
It's a beautiful feeling to have, because I have so many stories, guys. Like, I've helped so many people. I told you guys earlier that I can't even count. I don't even know where to start, from the visually impaired, teaching visually impaired how to work from home and how to build businesses with the talents that they have right from their house. I was actually awarded by the state senate, or at the state capitol building for my efforts in that, by the state of Michigan. And then also even kids. I have kid clients, kidpreneurs. I put on an expo or some form of an event for them every year where they're able to get their shine on. I kind of give them their first PR experience, as well as setting up expos for people to sell them out. We shout them out all over the internet, give them mad love, And for just anyone who is just aspiring, whether you want a flexibility in working from home, like you sick of the rat race and getting up, getting dressed, driving, you can, work from home with many of the projects and opportunities that we have available to work from home. And then if you're a person who is just like a leader, and that you're not meant to work for anybody else, that you the boss, okay, then that's the aspiring entrepreneurs that I love to work with, because they already have it in them, and they just really need somebody to be just as passionate about their dream as them. And y'all gotta cut me off if I start talking too much. Y'all can just cut straight in and ask me. But I think about, just when I was 23, when I started my own company, guys, look, I was the only entrepreneur that I knew, like, that outside of hairstylists, that I knew. I'm the only African American and the youngest person in every room I go in, because typically call centers are owned by, you don't really meet a lot of people that own call centers and sitting around you, let alone 23, let alone, you figuring out, you creating your own processes and you creating the systems, and I'm building this all from the ground up. And I love the fact that I'm now a Wix ambassador, because their company and my company launched the same year, but they're way past me in everything, right? But I love the fact that I've been able to stand the test of time, as well as use their brand to be able to generate a ton of revenue for my company for years upon years upon years upon years. So it's about being innovative. It's about being resilient. It's about being able to stand in a room only by yourself until there's more people, you know what I'm saying, in a room that believe in you. When I didn't have a lot of people who believed in me. I didn't have a lot of people who invested in me. In fact, I actually invested in both of my brands the last 2 years without any loans, by the way.
Wow.
That's congratulations.
Yeah.
So I say that to say that I'm so passionate about other people's dreams because I know what it's like to not have that passion, to be the only one rooting for you until you do find a tribe of people that do. Well, now I can say that I know so many entrepreneurs, y'all. I met so many entrepreneurs in the last 4 years, and I got so many great people surrounded around me, and it's all about finding those people and getting that encouragement. So if a client comes to me, I'm also that gateway to push them into the audience that they need to be in. Like, no, let me tell you who you need to hang with. Because it ain't your family and friends. You love them and they do support you in the best way that they know how to.
Right.
But at the same time, the dollars from your company don't come from families and friends, guys. It comes from that network and building relationships. The people that are watching you, that's attracted to your brands, that's attracted to your personality. Because when you're in business, you sell your business, right? You're your representation of your business. And I always say that, you do business with people. You don't do business with the product. Just think about what's going on right now. It's so many people getting canceled, so to speak, right? But they getting canceled because of how or what they might have said personally, what their characters might have been personally. So it's like, oh no, I don't like that CEO. He did that. He can't. The whole company canceled. So it's the same thing with myself, or any entrepreneur. If you're not passionate about what you do and you really don't love the people who you service, then it's going to show up at one point or another, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I just gained that. I just have passion for genuinely giving people something that I wasn't giving and really helping dope people. Like, I believe I meet so many people because I'm helping people all the time. And I tell people all the time about social media. Like, right now I'm doing a promo, right, guys? But I don't really do social media. I use social media when I feel like it. And now I feel the need to, do it more. But before then, I started my company in 2006. And I just created a never ending pipeline that I don't need to post. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's amazing that you don't have to do that.
You don't, but it's smarter to do it because it's a whole realm of more revenue, obviously, for your company and for you to brand. So it's a great tool, but do not allow it to be a distraction because it can be. Because some of the stuff that we see on TV, as far as numbers go, it's beefed up. Some people, influencers, and have 1 million followers and don't know how to monetize their site. So what you doing it for? Are we doing this for picture taking? Are we doing this because we leveling up? Like, what are we doing these pictures for if we're not getting paid for it? So I literally use social media as a need basis for what it's intended to do. And I build business offline because the real money happen offline. The real money happen offline. It ain't online.
Right. And I was gonna say you actually mentioned that earlier when we were on our previous call. You talked about having a boutique, a pop-up in Macys.
Yeah.
So yeah, can you kind of tell us your experience on having that pop-up and some of the steps you went through and your overall experience?
Oh man, so it was an extraneous experience. And as I was telling you guys before we got cut off earlier, how I'm a person who tests strategies and techniques and businesses to see how far they'll go. And and sometimes I test trial them, y'all, for like years and then be like, okay, this ready, but with this brand, That Girl, this was one of the ones that I've been working on for real for 3 years, not doing really any PR, any really real posting. Y'all can see the numbers I'm telling you, it's like me just testing to see what my target audience love. And so after doing that, then I'm like, okay, how I'm gonna get there fast? Like, how people gonna learn about me? So I put them in boutiques. I made collaboration partnerships with local boutiques to put my items in there. And then I wanted to see if I could go prime time. And so I did with Macys had an opportunity for small businesses to, put their brand in their stores. And we had to go through an interview process. The brand had to meet the standards of Macy's. So they had to do an evaluation of it, you know, the website, the brand had to, you know, literally match their brand. And then after you're selected, then here comes where you have to fill up the stores. And I had no idea that it would be this hard. That like when you go from hustling to corporate, it's like prime time, right? I didn't even make it into the Macy's when my brand launched on October the 6th. I didn't make it in because I was in a hospital. I literally had worked to no end. It took me so long to recover from the amount of work that it took for me to be able to put these items into these stores. And even though it took a lot of work, I'll never forget grand opening day. And it was amazing when I had a fashion show inside of Macy's to launch the brand. Okay. And I honored 2 women who fought breast cancer, one being my aunt, and it's a shirt that says "That Girl Kicked Cancer." So it was like Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And then we had a dope fashion show filled with people who I loved. Macy's partnered with us and let us wear their brands with my brand, so we kind of cross-branded. And then so many of my family members showed up. It was unreal because it was like the best feeling on earth, because keep in mind, I told you guys I was the only entrepreneur that I know 14 years, but I know so many now because I done built so many of them. It's ridiculous, right? But not only that, in the 14 years, I've given so many speaking engagements. I've been honored so many times. I've been featured so many, I don't know what, you know, and I've never received that sort of support a day in my life like that from the family or whatever. And it brought tears to my eyes. Like, wow, I had to jump up in Macy's on your eyes. Is that what it took?
Yeah, it sounds like for some people that's what it is. They have to see that manifestation work. And you know, and I want to applaud you on that too, because that's not an easy feat. Right. Especially running a boutique like that in a department store, a major department store, a chain department store in the US is crazy. My mind is blown just listening to you talk.
Oh, thank you.
And you're welcome. So I have another question for you, and this is kind of going back on the family side, because you said your family was there and you know they were there to support you. You know, up until that point, they were really there for you at the Macy's show because they had to see it to believe it, right? But then you also spoke about like kid entrepreneurs too. So I know you have 3 wonderful children, right?
Yeah.
And do you see a lot of yourself in them? Like, can you see them, you know, having that same entrepreneurial spirit, or do they do things that you say to them that you see later on, like, wow, they actually following through on it. I said something to them, right? They going through it. Yeah. So tell me,
guys. And I do want to just go back and say that my mother from the jump, guys, she been teaching me since I was 8 years old to be an entrepreneur. So she was always the person that I could call with a very wild, big idea. And she will always be so calm and be like, do it. So growing up, my whole life, all I think is that you just got to do it and it happens. So I think that's really why I'm successful, is because I just do what I think. So if it come in my head and I say, oh man, and I got the puzzle piece to put it together, I'm doing it, and it's just that. So I think I wanted to say that. I wanted to definitely give the proper respect to my mother, always believing in my abilities. But as far as my kids though, man, I look at them and none of them, since they've been a little kid, they have never talked about getting a job. Like, never. Nobody talks about getting a job. They love money, though. But they be like, I don't want to be like you. No, so keep in mind, I had Make Your Dreams Come True. And that's more on that's really a professional tech, digital, virtual world. I'm talking to people all over the world, processing calls, mail order, just doing all sorts of things or whatever, right? So to them, getting on the phone and taking these calls and being this customer service person is just like, no, Ma, the boys, they like, nah, I don't want to do that, Ma. I don't want to do. I'm like, all right, well, what you gonna do? Because you got to do something. Right. And then for my daughter, I started my company while pregnant with her. By the time she was 3, she knew how to answer the calls professionally. Like, you know, good. She would answer my phone like, "Good morning, this is Natasha. Please hold," or, you know, "Hold one moment, please. I'm gonna get her right now." And then she knows how to send professional email. She's 13 now, so right now she helps with designing social media content, posting, emailing, data scrapping. Like she know how to do everything, but she's also extremely talented, athletic to the core. So she wants to be in the WNBA. She's also she can play any sport naturally. She's just absolutely outstanding. And I'm not saying it because she's my daughter. Right. I'm saying it because she for real got talent. And then she also writes songs. She's very talented in that way. And she's like the first ambassador for That Girl and President. So I definitely make her participate in pretty much as many things as I can possibly make her do. And she loves it, you know, so far. She loves the brand. Now, my sons, as far as their entrepreneur journey right now, my oldest son, he's 20. And I actually was a 2-time teen mom, guys. So my oldest son, he's 20. And the second oldest, he is 19. Okay. And the oldest, he's been designing video games since the 7th grade and making a profit from it or whatever. So he was homeschooled. Kind of just really a tech, really laid back guy. I would consider him a geek for sure. He loves doing what he do with the video games. His company became legal this year. Wow. And he's thank you very much. In his first game, he builds on Roblox, and his first game he released it, so I think they made like 35,000 the first release, which was really cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. And he paid my rent a couple times. I'm like, come through with it, son. I said I raised you. So, you know, I said, so me and his father is, or, you know, their father is always dying laughing about, you know, what type of people they turn out to be. And then the second oldest, he is the one who reminds me most as far as like, you know, being outgoing with people and things like that, and being hungry for knowledge. My daughter thinks she's my mom, so it's not working for her right now. But he's the one who's most moldable right now. He's the one who texts me and be like, "Ma, show me the game. Like, what's up? I see what you're doing. Let me get in on this. I want to learn what you do." And so now he is in a full-blown internship or whatever. He just graduated this year. And that girl needs that guy, right? So he is officially the owner as of last week of being that guy. And we are launching that. And it's going to mirror everything that we do with That Girl, but it's going to be man empowerment. And so he's going to learn it from the ground up, though, not just the CEO level, but from a laborer level as well. The warehouse, I have a partnership with a warehouse, Make Your Dreams Come True does. And so I was actually just coming back from taking them for the tour, because they're going to start going there on Saturdays, and they're going to print our brand so they can see what it's like from the beginning to the end before he actually starts representing the brand. So to answer your question, I would say they definitely have that entrepreneurship attitude. They all have like this path that they've decided that they want to go down. I don't make them do anything that I'm doing or tell them that they have to be like me, because they all have different personalities. So the one that's running, that the owner of being that guy, Nathan, he's definitely probably the one that's going to be on the scene and seen a lot more than Rashard. He's like the behind the scene guy or whatever. But I'm really excited about their growth. I'm excited about their endeavors, and I'm excited that I get to help my kids build these amazing businesses and watch them grow with them.
That's truly empowering, definitely, especially with your son having a brand that coincides with your brand. I think equal representation is amazing, especially for, you know, us Black, and, you know, us Black people within the community. I think this has not been a really good year for us as a whole. And then just looking at the past couple of months, you know, it's really, really been hard for us. So having a brand like that out and having that representation for for those Black men and continue to show for those Black women. I think that's simply beautiful. You know, and
Oh,
everything that
I
you do
really,
is
you know what, guys, we haven't had as a human race, we haven't had a great 2020. We've as a whole race, we lost, everybody lost from COVID-19.
Yeah.
As a whole race, we all were really crying and we're all moaning and groaning together. What we can see during these tragic times is that it is not one race of people that's suffering from the persecution of us, you know, of African American people. It is an overall effect over the whole world. And I think it's so important, though. Number one, I think what is really important is to constantly treat each other like we are a human race and stop separating the fact that it is like we are people. At the end of the day, we got blood, we got legs, we all built the same, we just got different shades of color. And that's why in any of my businesses, I was actually just awarded alongside Mercedes-Benz, alongside just some really dope companies, right? By Corpse Magazine for diversity and inclusion, because I literally have the most diverse people working with me and together, and I'm like really transparent. So if I see something in another culture and they don't quite understand me, because I'm an African American woman and I'm the one sending the emails and calling the shots, and the way I talk sometimes they might not understand. I'm like, let me teach y'all this slang real quick. Now let me tell y'all when I say this means that. But they love the fact that I can be so down to earth with them and not think anything of it. And it's the same thing with them. One of my supervisors, she is Mexican, and we joke because she says she speaks really, really fast without like taking breaks in between. And I'm like, Luz, no. Pause in between. I'm lost. You gotta slow down. And so she's like dying, laughing, like, Natasha, I'm Mexican. I'm like, I know, and I'm Black, and you going, and I ain't catching up. So I think that, and we laugh and it's cool, nobody's upset, but we're teaching each other how to communicate with one another, what her way, what's mine. And then I get to walk in a room with somebody else in a diverse situation, the same nationality as her, and fit in so fine because I have transparent conversations. I am around other people besides my nationality, and I treat everybody the same. So, but what I can say and what I can attest to is that I do 1,000,000% believe that as a culture, as a race, that we are impoverished, right? And it is so important for people who do have whatever platforms and whatever power to create, not just necessarily, because I'm not a poster, I'm not about to do a lot of things that I see happening or whatever, but behind the scenes, though, I've always done from the beginning to the end, I have always created opportunities for inner city communities. I work with everybody, but I create so many opportunities for the inner city communities that it's unreal. But you will also find when doing that sometimes the inner city community will run you out of it. Period. I don't care. It's really so important for us to speak positive things and to create programs that we can really influence people to be a part of, so they can go back and they can tell their neighbor, and it wasn't that hard. It was that hard. You ready for the accelerator? You ready to jump the rope and do something different? So anyway, that's my, 2-bit. I just want to say that we have had a year as a human race where we feel completely like nothing. But what I witnessed is the fact that I've never seen so much love amongst people. Like, I've never seen so many people say and tell you, like, I'm so sorry for what's happening to your people, or, is there anything that I can help? I see, they want to support Black people even more. And then also the love that we're showing against, ourselves. I know for me, like, I am just like that for everybody. I'm the person who even speaks to everybody walking through the grocery store. Like, hey, how you doing? Type of thing. But it's so important for us to remember that the year isn't over, and that regardless of what situations we are in, that there is always hope. There is always love, because God is love and God ain't never gonna die. So we got love, y'all. And I think that the more and more we have, conversations where we're giving our resources out and we're directing people in the right place, or sharing each other posts and sharing what we got going on, that we can
Mhm.
really better our communities a lot better.
Right. And yeah, I'm glad you said that, because everything you mentioned in your previous statement essentially is a privilege within itself. So, I think if more people understand that, at the end of the day, they can utilize that form of privilege and be able to, pass on that knowledge and understanding and better others who may not understand the plight and the longevity of what has, been cast upon our people from, decades and decades ago. But with everything being said, Natasha, you, like I said, you are an amazing spirit. You
Yes.
entrepreneurial spirit. You are a powerhouse, a force to be reckoned with, and I'm inspired sitting in front of you right now today with everything that you've done. So I want to congratulate you on what you have done and what you will continue to do. And just kind of moving forward, we have a couple of trivia questions that we want to ask you. So if you're ready for that,
I'm ready.
Yes, because I know we're down to our last couple of minutes, so let me move fast. If you could change or teach people about one of these subjects, which would it be, or what would you change? Would it be racism, violence, abuse, or drugs?
Oh wow, that's tough, but I'm gonna go with racism.
Okay, and why would you choose that one out of the three?
It's a natural right to be who you are. God, we didn't ask to be African American, and people didn't ask to be white, Indian, orange, whatever it is out there, whatever we call ourselves. We were created that way by the most highest authority. So there's no reason to fight about it.
Okay.
well put.
Mickey Monday, what's yours?
Yeah. So mine is a little more lighthearted. I'm just kidding. But seriously, as far as the amount of time that you've had, throughout these past couple of months with, the virus being present and, being able to binge watch, can you share with us something that you've watched recently, movie, documentary, show on any platform that anyone can utilize or access that you thought was really good?
Okay, so Madam C.J. Walker movie was excellent, and in fact, I am officially Walker's Legacy's ambassador, which is Madam C.J. Walker's foundation, y'all. So I just gave y'all exclusive. Don't nobody even know yet. I don't know when it's gonna
That's fantastic.
So that for sure, and it is another as well. It is it's 50 Cent. And it's something about a jail, the 50 Cent news show that came out or whatever, about the true story about the guy, the guy that became the lawyer in jail.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was it's so inspirational. It really shows us that you can become whatever you want to be, regardless of where you at, and there's always hope. That's just a great movie. I mean, a great sitcom.
Yeah, the show is called For Life.
Yes, For Life. Yes, it was really good. I binge watched that for sure.
Okay.
I ain't a TV person, y'all. I love reading books.
Oh, that's me. But I know we ran out of time, and you answered just about all our questions. But before we get out, can you tell everybody where they can follow you at?
Sure, you guys can follow me on IG at I'm That Girl Natasha and B_that girl_, as well as on Facebook, Natasha Lee, LinkedIn, Natasha Lee. And I don't have a Twitter account, guys. Maybe I'll start one, but that's where you can find me. And obviously, subscribe to my websites, because that's where you will find the initiatives. That's where y'all gonna find out everything, the tea. That's where you're gonna, see how we can help you. And then for the apparel, if you feel like you that girl, I feel like you that girl. So get the shirt.
Can you stand up so we can see it?
Yes.
The shirt, I can't really see it.
Okay, sure. So these is kind of like the standard lip right or whatever. Here the logo, and then it's like is from whatever city. This is our city girl shirt. So we got some that girl kicked cancer and pink and white, and that girl is from Atlanta. That girl is a hidden figure, y'all. I actually had an opportunity to honor Sharon McDougal, who suits up all of the astronauts for space before the space shuttle program shut down. So we got a special shirt for her. Like, It's too lit. We needed like 2 hours for this. Like, no.
I know, right? I know, but this is for the cut out. We don't went past our time.
I know.
Okay, see y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations on everything you have going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Thanks for
appreciate
interviewing
you
us
guys.
today.
Thank you for sharing your platform with me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being a part of this experience. You, like I said, truly amazing individual. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Be
Be safe.
safe.
One, two, three.